10 seconds to go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Well done. Georgia, what are you doing?
Time's up, and I'm looking at my plate.
You all right? How's your hand? Bleeding. I did lose probably about 20 minutes at least during the course of the cook, but I would love to get tasted. I feel really good after my immunity cook last week, so yeah, just gunning for it.
Right, what a great cook. Full of energy, creativity, inspired, just like we wanted you to be. And why not? There's a lot at stake. You want that power apron, right?
Yes.
Yes. Usually, we'd only taste the 3 most appealing dishes, but the standard's been so high, lots of technique and interesting food on show, so we're going to taste 4.
Ooh.
First dish we'd like to taste belongs to Matthew.
As I'm taking the plate up to the judges, I'm really excited. I didn't think that I'd done enough today. And I'm not really happy with the figs particularly, but I've obviously done enough to excite them about this dish. So there's blue cheese, apple, star anise and pecan in the tortellini. There's a bacon, honey and pecan crumble, a rosemary oil and the grilled figs.
Well done. The figs are nice and soft, that's great.
Matthew, you make tortellini like you're an Italian grandmother who loves Gianni Versace dresses because it's all about the detail and the turning and the touch. There's a lot of blue cheese in there, and that could ruin this dish if not for those figs. And it's the sweetness of the figs and the creaminess of those figs that just brings the saltiness of blue cheese back into line. It's a great combination. I'm glad you worked out what to do with those figs, because I was worried you really didn't know where they were going to go. You found the perfect place for them. Well done.
Thank you.
Matthew, good start.
Well done.
Full of surprise.
Thank you. Next up, Reynold.
My goal today is actually to try and impress Gary. I know that he doesn't really like things deconstructed. I've been really conscious not to deconstruct everything and lose its flavour and the essence of it.
Reynold, what have you cooked?
I've made blue cheese and figs with apples and honey and rosemary ice cream.
Pleased?
I'm really stoked. It's the first mystery box that I'm actually happy with.
That ice cream looks really glossy and smooth. So what was the flavour?
Honey rosemary.
Honey rosemary. And the cream again?
Blue cheese is fine.
You know I'm going absolutely bonkers with your deconstructed stuff because, you know, sometimes, actually, most of the time for me, it doesn't really hit the mark. And this is another example of you just going bonkers. But this time, it absolutely works. And I love the ice cream. The honey rosemary ice cream is delicious. And it's that mixture of fresh and caramelized and crunchy and crispy and then soft cheese. And of course, the blue cheese foam all just goes together and makes it really interesting. And you're hunting for new flavours in that little tumble of ingredients.
Reynolds, this could be a winner.
Thank you, guys.
Well done.
Hearing that Gary liked the dish, and especially that it was a little bit deconstructed, thank God, because I've convinced him a little bit, so I'm just hoping that I can get that power apron.
Let's taste. Ashley's dish.
My terrine is the main element of my dessert, but I think I would have liked it to look a little bit darker. So I'm hoping that at least it's going to be sweet enough.
Ashley, last week you were in the pressure test.
Yeah.
You were right down to the wire in the elimination. This week you start with a tasting. How do you feel?
I feel great. It's good to be up the top and not at the bottom again.
And what's the dish?
It's my take on an apple crumble. So I've got apple and blue cheese terrine, honey and rosemary semifreddo, and bacon pecan crumble.
Good stuff. It caught our eye because there's just lots of little elements in there, and it looks really beautiful.
Conceptually, as a dish on paper, when you said apple terrine, we're excited because they're two words. You can see it, visualise it, and you're excited by what the cook's going to give us. But what I've got here is so much sugar, and you seasoned each layer of apple with sugar. It doesn't need it. It's got its own natural sugar. So you've got sugar, figs have natural sugar, apples that are glazed in sugar, terrine that's got sugar in it. I'm looking for a glass of water right now. Now, I don't want to, you know, knock you down.
Yeah.
Take this as positive criticism on something that you can refine and make better.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done, Ashley.
Looking around at everybody's dishes, there's a lot of desserts and a lot of really strong dessert people left. After Reynold's dish, I think I've got no chance to be tasted.
The final dish will taste.
I still think that I remember the chance. You know, it looks beautiful and, you know, I know that the flavours are there.
I want this more than anything. Any mystery box ever before, I need to have my dish tasted today.
Jessie.
I'm feeling really excited and really lucky to be tasted today. Not only did I make a dessert, but I've also got a chance to win the Power Apron, which is just amazing.
It's like you were surprised.
I'm really surprised.
Are you? Why?
I don't know, just didn't expect it.
So, Jess, tell us what your dish is.
Focused on fresh figs, and then I had a blue cheese and honey parfait with a smoky star anise snow, rosemary and pecan crumb with an apple caramel.
Beautiful. I'm going to say straight up, it looks absolutely smashing because what I'm focused on is about three things: figs, ice cream, snow crumble. Can we taste it?
Please.
It's very savoury, isn't it? No, it's purely for professional reasons. I'm going back in for a second. I was unsure of something.
She might have it. She beats rid of dessert. I know.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's like
Licorice, yeah. Absolutely. It's brilliant.
It's full of fruit, boys. It's okay. Blue cheese, that apple caramel, the fresh fig. Did you say smoke?
Yeah, I just used the smoky flavour from the bacon to go in the meal.
Very subtle in that snow, and it is just absolutely smashing. I don't think I've had a dish like that, certainly not this year, certainly not in the last couple of years in the kitchen. It's so savoury, but so delicious and so quite obviously a dessert. Yum.
I'm sort of getting confused. Is it a mystery box challenge or an invention test? Because this is so inventive. You know, I'm tasting licorice all the way. And that beautiful reduced down apple juice is like apple balsamic, and the smoke, then you connect all those flavours together and I get licorice. I love it, it's creative, and it's not too sweet. It's wonderful. Geez, you're good.
I love this dish, but the thing I love the most about this dish isn't that this is the best dish you put up in the competition. It's that moment at your bench when you had the realisation that this dish was about beautiful, fresh fig. And that moment of taking one thing that's spectacular and building the most beautiful palace around it, ideal.